We have that. He's a former resident of Waycross, and he used to live here a couple of years ago, and he went to Waycross Middle School for a couple of years, and now he lives in North Carolina, but he's back visiting, and his name is Mr. Cody Goode.
Good evening. I'm trying to do some stand-up comedy. I'm glad to be back at Waycross for summer. It's hot though, but it's good. It's really good up here. When I think of Waycross, I think of when I was younger. And when I was younger, I lived with my uncle, or when I did live with my uncle, and he's like the nicest guy ever. He'd give you the shirt off his back. And I had trouble with math, and he was a teacher. And the reason I had trouble with math was because, I was good at the, 2 plus 2 is 4. Yeah, that's great. I got that. Okay, that's step one. It's done. But when the alphabet, came in with it, it was Greek to me. It was like 3y plus 4x equals z over the 1 of a 2 of the x, and it's like Jewish. It's like, what? What? I don't know what this is. So to help me, he said, Cody, if you score a 95 or higher, I'll buy you a PlayStation. Whoa, okay. Suddenly math sounds really good. So I'm sitting there, I'm done. And the only reason I did that was because I wanted the PlayStation. And I know, bribery. Well, he's sitting there and he's like, you made a 95. I made a 95. The lowest of the low, but I made a 95. And so I got to choose the place where I got to go, and I went to this store called Best Buy. It's amazing. There's like a cavalcade of PlayStations all over the place. I'm just, and I get it, and I'm smelling the box. That's a Sony PlayStation. I go home, and I hook it up to TV, and I'm just sitting there playing video games all day. And it just makes me think of my childhood, which I loved. And another thing in my childhood, as I noticed, is I used to watch TV all the time. Probably a little too much. Kind of why I'm out of shape, but it's all good. And TV is crazy. If you notice, there's all kinds of variety on TV. You have MSNBC Hardball with Chris Matthews, and then Sci-Fi Channel Ice Spiders. What? Ice Spiders? What? And if you notice in these sci-fi movies, it's always the same plot. A science experiment has gone horribly wrong. It's yeah, that's okay. What about the Python movie? The giant Python comes into everybody. It's a science experiment, then horribly wrong. Gosh, you think, should they not experiment with these things? I mean, it's a spider, we get it, it's scary, move on. That's what I say. It's crazy, and especially the snakes. No, see ya. There's also another show that is kind of crazy to me. It's called Ghost Hunters. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. It's, yeah, I know. I'm not saying I don't believe in ghosts. I just don't believe the whole, and they always act the same. If there's if they hear a noise, they always think it's a dead person. No, couldn't it just be a cat? I mean, could it just be? And then it's what's that? What's that? Did you hear that? What was that? I don't know. It was probably an apparition in a dress. And then they just walk upstairs. Oh my God! What is that? What is that? Oh my God! I get so scared. What is that? Oh, we didn't have our camera hooked up. We don't know. We'll never know what that was. But trust us, it's there. You saw our Ghost Hunters reality show. It's there. It's just crazy. But what's crazier than that is do you know there's actually a career that somebody does that they actually hunt Sasquatch, like Bigfoot, and they actually call themselves a professional Sasquatch hunter? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's like, could you just imagine going to a high school reunion? It's like, hey, what's up, Ted? What's going up there? Me and Billy. Yeah, Billy here's got his own law firm back in New Jersey. So what you do? I'm a professional Sasquatch hunter. I hunt a big hairy creature that may not exist. That's how I bring the meals on the table. I don't know. It's why even waste your time? I mean, why don't you go out and, I don't know, be a doctor? I mean, go to school, it's I want a big hairy creature that may not exist. That's crazy. But another thing growing up was the girlfriends, getting a girlfriend, which sadly right now I do not have one, and I really don't care. But the girlfriend I had, I'm not the smartest guy. I claim not to be by far, but she's a little off, I met her, I've only known her like 2 weeks, and she calls me on the phone, Cody, will you, I really need you to do this for me, so could you please have dinner with me and my parents? I'm like, yeah. But having dinner with your girlfriend's parents that you only knew 2 weeks is like passing a kidney stone. It's horrible. And I can only imagine how bad that would feel. But now that I said that, when I go home, I'm going to pass a kidney stone. So so I go to her house, and I'm just sitting there having dinner. And well, first the mom introduced me, and I was kind of nervous 'cause I don't know her parents. And her mom's like, Cody, we're so glad to have you here. We have pot roast, and I've made all kinds of stuff. And after that, we're going to have dessert, which is going to be chocolate pie, and then we're going to play board games. And I'm sitting there like, this is my kind of girl. And my girlfriend's like, hey, Cody. I'm like, shut up. And so we're just sitting there, and we're eating. And I should have caught on to this. The dad wasn't eating with us. And I was like, you do have a dad, right? Like, he's not going. You do have him. She's like, yeah, but I don't know where he is. And so I'm getting kind of nervous, and I'm just eating, and then I hear like this plate drop, and then the attic door opens, and he comes out of the attic. And he's eating in the attic, and that's not a good sign. Apparently, he knew that I was coming, and he wanted to avoid me. And he looks at me, and with this very angry face, and a very 43-year-old voice, what do you want with my daughter? And I was like, have dinner, I guess. I mean, she just invited me. I'm not like barging in. And then the mother's like, oh, crazy. Oh, Harold, why? Harold, why? And all this crazy crap. And so I go outside, and I'm full. And then my girlfriend comes out. She starts crying, and she does the whole classic girl cry. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, it's not you, it's me. I'm like, what did you do? And I should have known that it was me, because usually when a girl says that, it's you. It's you. Future reference. But and she's like, my dad has this horrible problem of me having boyfriends. I guess I'll just go ahead and break up with you. I'm like, what? And she's like, I'm gonna have to break up with you. I'm like, what? And she's like, well, I'm breaking up with you. And I'm like, well, why? And she's like, my dad has this horrible problem with my boyfriends. I've had 3 other ones that come over here, and they just scare him away, and I need to be alone right now. And she runs in, and it confused me too. So apparently I was girlfriendless. And so then I get in my car, and I drive home, and I'm usually a tough guy. I mean, I've had like plenty girlfriends, and I can usually just, whatever. Well, I kind of cried. Like, I kind of got sensitive on this one. I was sitting at a stoplight, just, come on, Cody, toughen it out. I can be a big man. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, well, at least I got a PlayStation. Thank you.